Going through the tabernacle, teaching children about the tabernacle in a bit of a different way. It takes the perspective of a young Jewish girl in sort of a tabernacle class, like we would have a Sunday school class or a catechism class, and she's learning from a priest in Israel these pictures of God's presence with his people, these prophetic pictures that lead us to Christ. So those are available this morning. If you found your place there in Exodus 25, we'll begin our reading with verse 10 and read through verse 22. If you're able, please stand the reading of God's Word. Word of the Lord. They shall make an ark of acacia wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, 1 cubit and a half its breadth, and 1 cubit and a half its height. You shall overlay it with pure gold, inside and outside you shall overlay it. And you shall make on it a molding of gold around it. You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them on its 4 feet. 2 rings on the one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. You shall make poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. And you shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, to carry the ark by them. The poles shall remain in the rings of the ark. They shall not be taken from it. And you shall put into the ark the testimony that I shall give you. You shall make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, and 1 cubit and a half its breadth. And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold. Of hammered work shall you make them on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. Make 1 cherub on the one end, and 1 cherub on the other end. Of one piece with the mercy seat shall you make the cherubim on its 2 ends. The cherubim shall spread out their wings above, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings, their faces one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubim be. And you shall put the mercy seat on the top of the ark, and in the ark you shall put the testimony that I shall give you. There I will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim that are on the ark of the testimony, I will speak with you about all that I will give you in commandment for the people of Israel. Let's follow the reading of God's Word, and you may be seated. One of our favorite television shows to watch together as a family has been HGTV's Fixer Upper with Chip and Joanna Gaines. If you happen to be unfamiliar with that show, this is where a couple buys an affordable home to fix up, and they buy a home with their budget, and they have a renovation budget, and they hand it over to Chip and Joanna to remodel it, to make it really into the home of their dreams. And so Chip is in charge of the demolition and the construction, the remodeling, the actual work, and Joanna, her forte really is to design the remodel. And then she stages it at the end with furniture that's optional for their purchase. Well, once the couple has selected their home, Joanna Gaines will usually have them over, and they'll be seated around her dining room table in her farmhouse, and there on her laptop, she'll give them a visual presentation of how she would remodel the home. She'll usually begin outside with the front of the home and take them through room by room, showing them what she would do in these different places. But what if she began in this way? She had them over, they're around the table. She's bursting with excitement. She can't wait for what she's about to show them, and she turns it around, and the first thing she shows them is the picture of a couch. And she describes the couch, its fabric. She describes its features. She describes its measurements and its placement in the home. That would seem a bit odd, wouldn't it? To begin a blueprint in this way? It would, of course, unless, of course, that couch had great significance. Unless, of course, that couch was the centerpiece around which all of the house was